another episode of Fidel's Outdoors. Today we're coming out of the ocean and we're going straight into the kitchen. I have a special guest and that's my daughter Michelle. She came all the way from Florida to help me do this dish. Michelle, we're live. Well, there you have it, guys. Stick with me and let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing a special dish all the way from Spain. I made it my own by adding my own ingredients, and I'm going to have my daughter Michelle explain the ingredients we're going to be using.
Alright, so the ingredients that we're going to be using today, we have parsley, squid, codfish, shrimp, some thyme, diced onions, diced green pepper, diced red pepper, garlic, tomato sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, clams, some homemade sofrito, but you can always get store-bought, some olive oil, salt, sazon, just make sure it has saffron, some chicken bouillon, my grandfather's homemade hot sauce, but you can always get store-bought as well, and then a measuring cup.
Alright guys, let's get started. Take the stove and we're going to put it on medium-high. And we're going to put the pot on the stove. And we're going to start by taking the virgin olive oil. And we're going to coat the cooking pot. And we already put the extra virgin olive oil on the pot. We just coated the pot. And now we're going to add 4 cloves of garlic. And we're going to let that saute for like about 2 minutes or until it's almost brown. And we're going to just move it around. And now we're going to take the garlic and we're going to take them and put it aside. Alright, so now we're going to cut the squid in 1/4 inch. We're going to make some small rings. And these are, by the way, these are fresh caught squid. My buddy Al, he went squid fishing and he brought me some squid. Alright, so we're going to take the squid and we're going to put it in the cooking pot. And we're going to let it sit there to cook for a good 2 minutes. And we're going to stir it. And then once the 2 minutes is done, we're going to take it and we're going to put it aside until later on. Alright, so it's been 2 minutes. We're going to take our squid, we're going to remove it from the pot, and we're going to put it aside on a plate till later on. Alright, so now we're going to take our medium 1 onion and we're going to put it on the pot. Then we're going to stir it up a little bit. We're going to let that brown a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to get the green pepper. That's half a green pepper. We're going to put it on the pot with the onion. And we're going to take another red pepper, and that's going to be half of red pepper. And we're going to saute that, and we're going to saute that for 5 minutes. Look how beautiful that looks. It's getting nice, all the colors. Alright guys, so now we're going to take and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika. And we're going to add a pinch of thyme. And we're going to mix all that together. And we're going to stir everything up together into the pot. We're starting to make it look really nice. And in addition, we're going to add 1 cup of white wine. Or correction, half a cup of white wine. Okay. Half a cup of white wine. We're going to put it all in there. And we're going to let that simmer for 5 minutes. And my special guest over here, she's having some fun. I know I'm having a lot of fun because I got a help here. I got another helper, and she could cook good. She could cook really good. Not good, excellent. All right, so now we're gonna add 1 cup of tomato sauce. Okay, and we're gonna stir everything up. And we're also going to add a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper. Just a small pinch. And we're using fresh crushed black pepper. So a couple of pieces on that. In addition, we're also going to add a pinch of oregano. And when I say addition, this is stuff that I didn't introduce in the beginning. This is stuff that I'm adding my own ingredients. And we're going to add also 2 tablespoons of homemade sofrito. And the sofrito, if you don't have the homemade, you can buy it at the store, and it's the same thing, almost the same thing. 2 tablespoons. Okay. And now we're gonna add 1 pack of sazon with a saffron, and we're gonna mix all that really well. Okay, and now we're going to add 2 or 3 stems of cilantro and culantro. You're going to break them all up in small pieces. There you go. And we just dump it in there. We're going to do the same thing with the cilantro. We're going to break it all in small, tiny pieces. Or if you want, you could chop it with a knife. It's all good. And we're going to take now and stir everything up nice. And then we're going to take our garlic that we put aside, that we roasted earlier, and we're going to blend it with the parsley. Well, what we did was we already blended it on the blender. If you don't have a blender, you could just chop it with the knife and just blend everything, and we just throw it in there. So that's the parsley with those 2 cloves of garlic, and we're gonna mix everything good. Alright guys, I said 2 cloves of garlic, but it was the 4. It's 4 cloves of garlic, correction. Alright, we're gonna blend everything nice. And now we're gonna add 1.5 cup of fish broth. Now I made my own, but if you don't know how to make your own, you could buy it in the store, the broth. But I like everything homemade. So we're gonna put 1.5 cups of the fish broth. And this broth, we made it out of scup. So that's 1.5 cups. All right. Okay, we're gonna dump it all in there, and we're gonna saute all that really nice and let it come to a nice boil. And we're also gonna have just a little bit of lemon, like half a lemon to that. I'm just gonna squeeze it there. Now that cup that I used to make my broth, that was from yesterday's catch. I went fishing with my buddy Joe, Captain Joe, and we did pretty good. We caught our limit on scup and sea bass. Let me show you. We still got the sea bass on ice and the scup. So I use a scup to do my fish broth. Alright guys, so we're gonna let this come to a boil, and we're gonna turn that into medium heat, and we're gonna put the lid on and let it sit there for 10 minutes. Alright guys, so it's already been 10 minutes, and now we're gonna add, in addition, half of a chicken bouillon. And if you don't have like the whole one, you could just use the half of envelope. They come in different packages. Alright, and now we're gonna add 2 spoons of my dad's hot sauce. And there it is right there. And obviously you don't have this hot sauce. I'm going to be making a video how to do it, so you could use your own special hot sauce of your likings.
Okay, so we're gonna take the codfish, we're gonna cut it right down the middle, and then we're gonna cut them into 1-inch small cubes.
I can't wait to taste this stew. This seafood stew. Oh my God. The smell. Look at this. Look at this. This ain't no joke. Alright, so now that it's already cut in cubes, we're gonna season it with salt and black pepper. Alright, so we're gonna apply the salt, a couple of pinches of salt. And now we're going to add the fresh crushed black pepper.
Okay, so now we have the shrimp. It's already seasoned with salt and pepper. Next we have our clams. We're gonna rinse these with cold water.
And guys, make sure you clean those really good. Sometimes they like have a lot of sand, and I just want to get all that stuff out. Okay guys, so now we're going to add our codfish that we seasoned. And we're going to add the clams that we washed. And that was like 1.5 pounds. I think we're just not going to use all of it because that's going to be a lot. So that's pretty good. So we just did like maybe like a cup or 1.5 cups of clams. Now what we're going to do is we got to let it simmer for 3 or 4 minutes or until the clams open up, and then we'll come back. So let's put the lid on again. Alright, so we're going to check our clams and our codfish. The clams already open. And now we're going to stir it up a little bit. And we're going to put the, we're going to add the shrimp and the squid. So I'm going to put the shrimp first. And now we're going to add our squid. Man, this looks really delicious. And now we're going to stir it up. And we're going to let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes or until the shrimp turn pink, which is indication that everything is all nice and cooked. We're going to stir everything nice to blend all the flavors and all the seasonings with the clam, codfish, squid, and shrimp. We're going to let all those seasonings marinate for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it should be done. Alright guys, so the seafood stew is cooked. Nice. Alright, so let's bring this, let's take it to the table and let's eat. Alright guys, thank you for sticking with me on this cooking video. I had a great time with my daughter. She came all the way from Florida and helped me cook this dish. I had a great time. And guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and if you have a comment, I would love to hear from you. Leave it on the comment section below. And guys, like always, God bless you, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.